It is 48 hours since the passing of former President Mohammedu Buhari, and we at Think Africa, we have paid last respect to him. You know, we've also sympathize, condole with the family, his well-wishers, his friends, supporters, and members of the APC. But you see, there are things that can never be erased from history. There are things that can never, not one that, that is of recent memory. When I see people react like maybe people do not have the right to be frustrated, to show their anger, to, react the way they choose to react over his passing, I think we are not just being honest to ourselves. You see, the government of President Mohammedu Buhari was, in fact, a very terrible one. It was the most disastrous government in the history of Nigerian democracy. It was abysmal, and it was a total failure. You cannot begin to gaslight people with the North remembers, when in fact it was even the North that suffered horribly for his poor governance. The truth is this: if a government underperforms in Nigeria, the region that would most likely feel the impact the most is the North. And the truth is, the North remembers Buhari for one thing: for causing them pain, for the poverty that he spread, and for the insecurity that ravaged, including his own state, in fact, including his own hometown. Don't we remember that Katsina almost lost half of its entire local government to banditry under their own son as president? Are we going to forget how many Shiite members who were gruesomely murdered? Are we going to forget that the Shiite leader had all his lineage entirely wiped out under the command of a Mohammedu Buhari? We choose to keep quiet just because we are informed, and we choose to, give respect to the dead. But you cannot come here and gaslight Nigerians that the North remembers. The North remembers nothing. The North, in fact, the entire North remembers absolutely nothing. The only thing the North remembers is that their brother is in government. Whether he is doing the right thing in that office doesn't really matter to them anymore. That is the only thing the North remembers. The North doesn't know how to choose its own leaders. Whoever has money has the North. Is that what the North remembers? Whoever is ready to noodles, one packet, one sachet of noodles or spaghetti has the North. Is that what the North remembers? Were we not all alive when Mohammedu Buhari ruined the Nigerian economy? Printed 33 trillion naira in ways and means that completely destroyed the Nigerian economy. What exactly is the North going to remember? That he heavily borrowed and threw Nigeria into debt, that up to today our naira is collapsing on a daily basis due to his mismanagement of public resources. Are we not all here when Mohammedu Buhari's government, under his watch, snakes swallowed money, apes swallowed money, elephants swallowed money? Wasn't it under his watch that all of these things happened? The naira scarcity that happened before election, wasn't it under his watch? The persecution on Emefiele is facing, who collaborated with him? recently, the NNPC is, finding it difficult to reconcile its book with a $210 billion that is missing, that has been declared missing. Who was the Minister of Petroleum in this time? Muhammadu Buhari. Nobody should gaslight anybody. Yes, we pay respect to the dead, but yes, we'll question his legacies. We cannot. Don't bring about the idea of respect the dead, respect the elderly. No, we can't. We've been doing that for years past, and that is why we are still where we are. Our inability to question people who are in government, that is what brought us to where we are today. Yes, the simple truth is, he was not the only one who was part of the destruction we are facing today. In fact, Bola Ahmed Tinubu had a huge role. In fact, he was the major person who collapsed Nigerian economy till today. Nobody's questioning that. Nobody's talking about that. Maybe later in the future, when he's no more and we begin to talk about these things, you will tell us why are we questioning it. I mean, in 2012, subsidy should have been removed. Nigeria would have saved almost $100 billion that was wasted on subsidy payment from that time till when it was finally removed. Who kicked against it? Who protested against it? Even when his fellow party man came to government, he couldn't even tell him it is now about time to remove this subsidy so that we can channel this money into something meaningful. No, he did not. He wanted to take the glory. He waited. The man went on to preach ways and means, because he one of the major problems in this country is that we know this person will underperform, but then because we assume that he has been around the corridor, he's been contesting for years, let's just give him a chance. When you know that this person lacks the intelligence to handle an economy. This is a man that left government over 30 years ago as a military head of state. He never attended any school of leadership, not any school of no institution of learning at all within this period of time. He was rather, taking care of his cow. And then when election cycle comes, he comes to contest election. This is the man everybody, the likes of Omojua, Abi Bashar and his colleagues convinced Nigerians that he was going to turn $1 to 1 naira. He was going to reduce fuel price from 65 naira to 30 naira, or 130 naira to 30 naira. Was it not the promises he made? He was going to feed the school children once every day. Wasn't it the promises we heard from him? And many other promises that he never lived up to fulfill to Nigerians. Are we talking about the high-handedness of his administration? Are we going to talk about how he militarized the whole southeast, a region that has always been the most peaceful part of Nigeria? Go to the east today. After each 5 kilometers, 3 kilometers, you will see a military checkpoint. What is happening in the southeast that warrants such militarization? Do we have the same security people, hanging across the federal road? The northwest, the northeast, the north central, where most majorly all these terrorist activities has been in high rise. Do we see things like that? No. We were all here when he threatened the southeast, which got Twitter to remove his tweet out of annoyance, as the Lord and personal Savior of Nigeria decided to ban Twitter in Nigeria. We were all here. It happened in our own eyes. We were not told. We never read it in any book. It happened in our eyes. And you are telling us we should just keep quiet and let it slide. We should not remember the calamity he caused this country.